Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a great segment. Trump found their Achilles heel. And to my super chat, thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It is so amusing. It is so awesome watching Trump troll everybody. It's hilarious. Luke St. Martin, hello. Eric H526, hello. To my moderators, hello. This is going to be the best segment of the day. It was a little slow today. It was actually very slow today. But I believe you got notification. So let's get this rocking and rolling. So basically, Trump is a master troll. He is just hilarious. And when he kind of sees somebody's Achilles heel, it could be everyone from Ted Cruz to Marco Rubio to anyone, Lindsey Graham. When he just latches on to the Achilles heel. And this came as a total gift to President Trump, a complete and total gift. A gift. He did not, he probably wasn't planning on pulling security clearances. But then it's funny too, because if John Brennan had simply calmed down, had simply not gone overboard, Clapper went ahead and pushed the Trump-Russia myth. James Comey is still on Twitter. Hey, this is fantastic. Well, he's going to get fired. He's already fired, but all of these people don't like Trump, and they've been on MSNBC and CNN, and Trump was like, whatever, okay. But Brennan took it too far. Now Clapper today is like, well, he's gone too far. And Brennan's like, well, I didn't mean to. I was just joking. Yuck, yuck. Elizabeth Luker. To all my moderators, thank you so very much. Eric H526. But they pushed. And sometimes in life, you can continue to push and push and push and push. And you try to push the envelope, and it doesn't work out. And this was a gift, because who would have thought? Exactly, they didn't take their meds. Who would have thought that John Brennan, his security clearance, meant so much to so many people? Now, Trump on Twitter, very interesting. Before I get to President Trump won't rule out revoking Robert Mueller's security clearance, claims he could run the Russia probe. August 20th, 2018, New York Daily News. What I love about that is they handed him a weakness. It's like a football coach telling another football coach, oh, by the way, we can't stop the run. So, I mean, you can kind of see that through statistics and all that. You can see that through statistics in football. But let's just say, like, oh, by the way, our cornerback's injured. Nobody knows this, but I'm going to let you know. John Brennan is even stupider than he looks. What he did was he exposed one of the things dear and important in terms of financial, the financial or economic side of things. Amazing consulting firms. You can start a consulting firm. You can start a security agency. You could start a think tank. You can go ahead and work for other governments. Just have to register as a foreign agent. Tell Tony Podesta that. Well, actually, no, I don't think you can. Can you? You can do You can do consulting. How does that? I don't even know how that works. If you still have a security clearance. but it makes you very, very attractive in terms of employment. Now he's going to pull everyone's security clearance. John Brennan's big mouth cost a lot of people a lot of money. Then you had Philip Mudd, who was like, tell me right now, Denard Paris. I don't make any money. I don't make any money at all. It's like, okay, you're doing the Brennan. You're going too far. And now everyone knows. So Trump today, oh my God, I love this guy's hilarious. Just watch former intelligence official Philip Mudd, by the way, appointed to one of his intelligence positions by, guess who? Robert Mueller. Wingless angel, no time for sin and vice, living in an Amish paradise. Yes. An Amish paradise. Wingless angel, liberty for Flint, thank you. So, wingless angel, liberty for Flint, yes. But, so, just watch former intelligence official Philip Mudd become totally unglued and weird while debating wonderful Paris Denard over Brennan's security clearance. Denard destroyed him. That's not something I would say, but Mudd is in no mental condition to have such a clearance, should be revoked. I'm sorry, if you go ahead and act that way, you start yelling on TV. This guy was like, oh, I don't make any money. Well, first of all, you're stupid. You should make money. Monetize it. You have your security clearance. Everyone else does. You're pretty dumb. You're like, I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough. And so we'll get to that in a second. Actually, let's go ahead. Amy Shaw found out my wife watches and donates to you also. I'm computer illiterate, so I show up as her name too. Great shows, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Shaw. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Shaw. Thank you both. Wow, this is awesome. Well, thank you so very much. I have a lot of husband and wife teams who watch me, and this is fantastic. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Shaw. Thank you both. Suzanne Yoke. Hi, H.E. Revoke them all. Can you imagine? Love it. I love it. Can I tell you, I wasn't even in that great of a mood before I started this. Believe me, I wasn't. And suddenly I'm in such a great mood. Revoke them all. Can you imagine the faces on CNN and MSNBC, almost like when Trump won? When Trump won, it was the best. Let's just do this. In honor of Suzanne and Mr. and Mrs. Shaw and everyone here, all 400 people, let's get to the second best thing to Louis Gohmert. Something on my computer screen right here. Okay. The second best thing to Louis Gohmert. Philip Mudd and Denard Paris. Can I tell you how much joy I get from this? Can I please tell you how much joy? I love this so much. I love this so much. I can't tell you. Oh my God. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Okay. All right, so this is a CNN clip, okay? And it's just hilarious. So, Mr. and Mrs. Shaw, Suzanne Yoke, everyone here, enjoy the lovely sounds of the Mudmeister going nuts. So this is
that's not the case.
Paris Denard.
A lot of these people that have these security clearances, and this is the secret in the swampy Washington, D.C., they have them and they keep them because it's profitable for them after they leave government.
So you got to look at this guy's face. Philip Mudd's face is like this. How do I look? Hold on, let's see. Like that. He's appointed by Robert Mueller. He was appointed by Robert Mueller. Trump just tweeted about him right now. So this is all relevant to what's taking place in American politics. 2 hours ago, Trump tweeted, just watch former intelligence official Philip Mudd become totally Why give Trump a reason to troll? He has enough reasons already. Why give him another reason? That's the thing with Democrats. They don't know. Have you heard of the, I'm not even going to go there. I abide by YouTube policies. I'm not going to go to where I want it to go. So forget about it. I abide 100% by YouTube policies. That's Mr. Mudd. But every time he speaks, I'll do that.
Because if you have a security clearance, especially high-level security clearances, your contracts and your consulting give pay you a lot more money because of the access that you have. I hope the president continues to do this, and I hope he adds Omarosa to the list, because if she has a clearance, she too, because of her actions, should have it revoked.
Well, I don't know if I'd put Omarosa in the same category of the 75 people who signed those letters, but Phil Mudd, I imagine.
Yeah, I would. And that says something about Omarosa and the 75 people who signed letters from the intelligence community. Look, I'm going to say this very clearly, and this is with 100% respect. I have more reverence and respect for the United States Postal Service and all the men and women who work in the Postal Service, which without a steel industry, without a postal service, your country is not functioning. I don't care about email. I don't care about, text message, whatever. The satellites go out, you still have the Postal Service. You need a functioning Postal Service for a country to run. You don't need a CIA analyst. You really don't. Amy Shaw. Amy Shaw. Then Mudd was born, the doctor slapped his mama. Yes, but hold on. We're going to get to the good stuff. Amy Shaw, watch this. Thank you, Amy.
Profitable, Paris. When I am requested to sit on an advisory board, let me ask you one question. How much do you think I'm paid to do that at the request of the U.S. government? Give me one answer, and you got 10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds? What the? You got 10, or what? What's going to happen? You're live. You're in Atlanta, or you're in some city. Denard Paris is in another city. It's like three different, three different video clips, or like three different locations. They're not in the same. Well, first of all, even if they were in the same studio, you got 10 seconds. What does that even mean? Get out. Yes, Denise, you remember this. This is good. So hold on.
Much. I'll ask you a question. How much are you paid for your
answer the question
gig for
Is the answer the question? You should see this guy's hilarious.
I have no contract with the U.S. government.
That's because the U.S. government doesn't think you're that intelligent. That's stupid. If you have a security clearance and you're in the intelligence community and you don't monetize it, you're pretty dumb. And by the way, you're on CNN. No doubt you showed them your intelligence CV or your CV or whatever. And in it, it says, oh, by the way, I have a security clearance. And even if CNN doesn't pay him, he still utilizes it for other financial endeavors. Obviously. Okay, just full disclosure. You need me. Yes. This is a good chat. You need me on that wall. Yes. Yes. Jay-Z, you need me. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. That's right. Great minds think alike. Jay-Z TV, thank you. Amy Shaw, thank you. This is an awesome chat.
They pay money.
I'm not talking.
Zero.
This is the thing.
When
I'm not talking
I've
about
asked to offer advice to the U.S. government, I
let's be
get paid
honest.
zero.
Phil, let's be
That's
honest.
it.
I'm not talking about your role with the federal government. I'm talking about the
who are you
contracting
talking about?
gigs that you
Talking
get
about
from being
General
a
Hayden?
consultant.
You talking about General Hayden? It's a General Hayden. Yeah, Michael Hayden is a hilarious hack. The guy's like Super Mr. Egghead. So, let me tell you the original sin. The original sin was the Rose Man. Trump derangement syndrome is real. The left is melting. The Rose Man, they're melting. Just like the Wicked Witch of the West. They're melting. And there's the Rose Man, Jay-Z TV, Amy Shaw. But it's hilarious. The guy's bringing up Michael Hayden. Michael Hayden is like the most hilarious of all. They're all cerebral eggheads. And Michael Hayden, let me explain. Oh, what is he like? I work through inductive reasoning, not deductive reasoning. So, well, the original sin was using the server. Well, gee, thanks, Michael Hayden. You mean to tell me that you're so smart that a server in Hillary's basement was a threat to national security? Thank you. You need a security clearance for that. Elizabeth Luker, one of the great moderators. Thank you. Love him or hate him, you got to admit Trump is a genius. Lord, this is getting good. Better day by day. Exactly. He is brilliant in terms of his intuition and his wisdom. The guy possesses a great deal of wisdom. He might go overboard certain things, but that's part of his charm to some. He is a walking media machine that the media can't touch him. The Democratic Party can't touch him. The Republican Party can't touch him. I really don't consider Trump a Republican. He is his own thing. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very much. But check this out. So this is hilarious. It gets better.
And a contractor, the consulting firms that they form and that you all get is because you get more money with having a consultant for having the security clearance. Stop acting like that doesn't happen.
I have
That's
zero consulting relationships with the U.S. government. Zero.
I'm not talking, Phil, that's a good talking point. I'm not talking about relationships with the government. I'm talking about in the private sector.
Let you see this guy. And Denard Paris obliterates him. Obliteration. Of course, you don't have consulting contracts with the U.S. government. What are you, Christopher Steele? The only consulting contracts with the U.S. government is when you're like, I have a dossier. It says Trump was urinated on, wasn't it? Yes, it's fantastic. You know, the only who has contract with the U.S. government? Christopher Steele, the now disgraced MI6 agent. If you're in the UK, I love you, but the UK government interfered in our election because we paid them to. You can't really say, it's like almost, it's so sad that like the UK interfered in our election at the behest of James Comey and Clapper because they're like so ingenious. They're like, oh, we can't use the $35 billion from our agencies. Let's go ahead and outsource it. We'll blame the UK.
Sector. When you have a security
I
clearance
have
and you keep
zero
it,
relationships with the private sector that involve my security clearance. Zero.
That's stupid, then. You're admitting to being stupid. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you so very much, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Rhonda, Iowa girl. So he's like, I have zero relationships with the private sector. Then why do you need your security clearance, buddy? Please tell us why you need your security clearance as a courtesy as you yell at the top of your lungs. Yeah, we get it. You don't monetize your security clearance and nobody respects you enough to say, hey, this guy has a security clearance.
I get $0 from consulting companies that deal with the U.S. government. Are we clear?
Yeah, so who do you, so not the U.S. government. What governments do you work for, buddy? And are you registered as a foreign agent if you happen to work for other countries? This guy's hilarious.
well, I will be clear and say
Denard Paris destroys him.
that everybody in Washington, D.C. knows if you don't want to be honest about it, that's on you. But if you have a security clearance and you keep it, you get more money to have it.
We're done? Our relationship's over? You don't want to see me anymore? You don't want to see us anymore? Philip? Mud? We're done?
Get out.
Get out? Of where? Who is this person? Get out of the TV screen? Get out of the studio? You're not the boss of CNN. Who is this guy? This guy's hilarious. Get out. This guy's crazy.
Phil, it's not your show, so I'm staying right here. Don't be so
Denard Paris is awesome. He's like, it's not your show. I'm staying right here.
defensive about this. Don't be so defensive.
Get out. Get out.
defensive about this.
Well-
Your voice is still here. You can still do whatever you
Well,
want.
let's
But the
take a beat.
politicalization of the intelligence community under this administration, with the people coming on here every day, tweeting and talking about this administration, you all have made it about politics, not the president.
This is the best thing. I love this so much. Oh my God, this is almost as good as Louis Gohmert Gohmerizing Strocky Poo. It's almost as good. Amy Shaw, it was great while it lasted. Can you believe this guy? Thank you, Amy Shaw. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Shaw. Can you believe this guy? This is the poster child for exactly why you shouldn't have a security clearance. He must be really good friends with Clapper, with Brennan. Meanwhile, Clapper's like, guys, maybe you should calm down. We're going to lose a lot of money. No one believes us anymore. Guys, calm down. Calm down. Clapper's like one of those like 50s robots in human form.
Take a beat here for a second, and Phil, I appreciate your patience because I know it's getting personal here. First,
Phil, I appreciate your patience. Are you kidding me? The moderator goes, Phil. The guy was like, is like Phil Mudd's frothing at the mouth. I appreciate your patience. What does that even mean? I appreciate your patience. The guy's like, get out, get out. Mark Skog, Paris Dinar 2024. Absolutely. 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 He's awesome. It's just awesome.
So I do a point of fact here, and Phil makes a point, which is a point of fact. When a Phil Mudd, who serves on an advisory board for counterterror threats, goes and participates in conversations at the agency about those threats, he's not getting paid for that.
And that's all
When
I'm talking
Bill
about.
McRaven is consult.
Who cares? CNN moderator. You might as well say when he goes to Supercuts. Well, Clapper doesn't have any hair, but you might as well say when he goes golfing, you might as well say this is not what we're talking. Why do Democrats have such a hard time just using basic logic? Steele dossier was fake and salacious and completely unverified because it's a bunch of lies and gossip. Why use it? No. It wasn't just that. It was also a drunken conversation. I know. Brian, Mudd is solid, 7 out of 10. Louis is a 23 out of 10. And I demand a comparison. That's the new rule, King Louis. Exactly. Well, you know what? It's hard to get to the Gohmerization. Tamara Friedman, winning as always. That's what POTUS does best. Thank you, HA, for all you do. Love you and everyone here. Prayers for Manafort. Absolutely. Tamara Friedman, thank you so very, very much. If they don't go after Troy Balderson in Ohio, if they don't get like a lot of convictions, like all the 18 counts against Manafort, if they get like just 9 out of the 18, their heads will explode. Give me back my chat. Ozzy G, HJ, first they came accident. What stops you two from asking you? Well, that's another story. You have to go ahead and list sources and not talk about things that aren't specifically listed in sources. That's from what I understand. But I agree with you. I am against the censorship. Absolutely. I gave my whole spiel on the long game, but some people didn't. But I 100% agree. It's completely messed up, and they still lost. The day that they censored Jones, it was the day after they lost in Ohio. 8 out of 11, 8 out of 10 contests lost.
On counter-terror operations because he led dozens of missions, deadly missions,
Absolutely.
where soldiers risk their lives. He's not paid for that.
He led missions where soldiers risked their lives. He was in combat situations. Wait a second. Sugar Watchers, thank you. Nancy Bennett, thank you. Thanks for making us laugh. Thank you so much. Wait a second. Where soldiers risk their lives? Wait a second. So Philip Mudd. It doesn't say here he was ever in combat. I could be wrong. Where soldiers risked their lives, he led missions where soldiers risked their lives. Trump says ex-CIA FBI official Philip Mudd is in no mental condition to have a security clearance. Love it. Wait a second. This guy is... During his assignments at the CIA and FBI, Mudd has commented on terror... Okay. He's been featured by ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, BBC, MSNBC, Al Jazeera, NPR, New York Times, and Washington Post. Yeah, sure. That I'm sure the security clearance had no involvement in any of this. Mr. Mudd has written in Newsweek, Wall Street Journal, The Atlantic, Foreign Policy, The Washington Post, Daily Beast, and Sentinel, the Journal of U.S. Military Academies. Okay, so yeah, the security clearance has nothing to do with anything. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Mudd is the recipient of numerous CIA awards and accommodations. Distinguished Intelligence Medal. Distinguished Career Intelligence Medal. Yeah. He had a CIA member as a small diplomatic team that helped piece together a new government for Afghanistan. Okay. Doesn't say he was in combat. And he returned to CIA in early 2002 to become second in charge. Analysis. Doesn't say that. So why bring up soldiers? I have no idea why this guy did that. Banning shows their attempt to maybe Hillary will run and we'll need all the help we can get. That's true. That's true. No, I'm 100% against censorship. 100% against. But these people are, the Democratic Party is ruthless. Suzanne Yo, get out. Get out. So hold on. Let's hear this again. So I don't know what the host is talking about.
And what you seem to be doing here is saying that because people have jobs outside of government, after they leave government, that therefore you're saying that is justification to take away their clearance?
No, dum-dum. No, dum-dum. That's not what he's saying. Lauren, Power Stroke Dude. Hey, HA, you're such a regular guy wearing a regular shirt. Love your show. Thank you, Power Stroke Dude. I am a regular guy. Regular. Just pretty regular. Power Stroke Dude, thank you. Suzanne Yoke, thank you. In fact, I have one of my friends is hilarious. He's like, he goes to me one day. He's like, what kind of beer do you like? And I was like, because he was expecting some kind of craft beer. And I was like, oh, Bud Light's okay. Bud Light. Bud Light. Becky Pamplin. Right here is my absolute favorite place to be. Thank you, Becky Pamplin. Thank you. Alex. Thank you so very much for supporting this channel. Thank you, Alex. Suzanne Yoke. We're going to get out in a second. Okay, so hold on.
Appearances when government and agencies rely on them for their counsel, is that what you're arguing?
What I'm arguing, Jim, is that, and I appreciate every one of those persons' service, and I know how important everyone in the intelligence community. No, sorry. Paris Denard is absolutely fantastic, brilliant, but he's being way too generous and way too gracious. Look, when I was, okay, I was just an intern, okay, at the State Department. I worked for an office at the State Department that people would just go ahead and I believe that they all had security clearances or whatever, but they were just analysts. They were analysts and it was great. It was fine. They're nice people, but like they weren't risking their lives. Nobody risks their lives as an analyst. I'm sorry. This is not like, like God forbid, like Black Hawk Down and like, people that really do risk their lives, like the families of soldiers, the families of veterans.
the people fighting counterinsurgency wars and their families, loved ones longing for them. This is not that. The intelligence community is not like something you need to revere. They're just regular government employees. I'd rather the post office does more for us. Trust me. Paul Espinoza, this is coming from the same guy who said the intelligence agency has 9 ways Sunday to take care of this guy, referring to POTUS's piece of work. Exactly. I believe also Schumer said that also. Paul Espinoza, thank you. Amy Shaw Paris took him behind the shed. Mr. and Mrs. Shaw, thank you. Paul Espinoza, thank you so very much. Suzanne Yoke. Amy Shaw, so thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Shaw. Thank you. So Denard Paris destroys them.
Serving currently and in the past are in the role that they play for this country. But what I'm talking about is the private sector. Let's not act like all these men and women sit at home all day and just consult with the federal government and don't earn a living. Everybody knows, Jim, that a part of keeping your clearance means you give more money for having the clearance. When you consult and when you have contracts with other companies and when you set up your own firms, this is what happens.
Phil, he's making an argument there.
He's like, Phil, I'm sorry.
And you made your point on what you do for government.
These people is like, I serve on a board. Yeah. Papa D, it's National Radio. Nelly should celebrate it's National Radio Day. Nelly should celebrate. It's hilarious. It's like these people are like, I was at a desk in a cubicle in the CIA. You have no idea how much I suffered. You have no idea. I had bad coffee. The coffee was cold. It was horrible. I had to eat sandwiches out of a vending machine. You have no idea. This is horrible. I have PTSD from the fluorescent light and, the cafeteria food. Exactly. Exactly. You have no idea. Every single day in a cubicle, the air conditioning was right above my cubicle. Do you understand what I had to go through for 5 years? Pneumonia, because that air conditioning, government air conditioning.
What's your response to Paris's argument here?
Well, we got 24 hours. I got a simple suggestion. Go to the original 15 signatories of the letter yesterday and ask how much income by a percentage they make from their security clearance.
By percentage? What? Okay, Mr. Mudd, let's go. Trump's like, great, let's do it. Hey, you asked. Let's do it. There was one admiral who was like, take my clearance. If you take Brennan's, take mine. He should have pulled the clearance that second. Be like, okay, yes. Joke's on you, buddy. You can't double down on a bad hand. O.J. Clinton, the best in America in one name. Much love to the live chat. Thank you, O.J. Clinton. Thank you. Eric, good evening. So right now, they're like, John Brennan's like, oh no, what did I do? What have I done? He's like getting calls, text messages. Thanks, moron, idiot. You cost me money.
Mine, 0. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so then why do you need it? You hate Trump, and it's Trump's administration. So tell me again why you should have your stupid clearance. Why should this guy or any of these people? They're not in government anymore. Your expiration date in terms of government, when you left government. Bye-bye. Sayonara. See you later. It's a professional courtesy. What? This is national security. You can take your professional courtesy and stick it where the sun don't shine. Who cares? Rhonda, Iowa girl, you can't handle the truth. Best line ever. I know. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so much. Thank you. As always, thank you, Rhonda, Iowa girl.
The question I want to put to you, Paris, because it gets to the larger issue here. This is a question of national security.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't have former employees working, having access to classified and highly classified or top secret data. How on earth do you know what these former employees are doing?
Is it not? You keep security clearances when you leave the profession because you may be called on to give advice based on your experience.
Yes, people are calling on Clapper, disgraced people who should have been tried for perjury. People are calling on Clapper, and they're calling on Strzok, and they're calling on McCabe. Oh, no, they're not, because all three were fired. Oh, no, sorry. Comey, Strzok, and McCabe were fired. Clapper is a joke, a clown, and like nobody respects any of them. Nobody respects any of them. And they all hate Trump. So why on earth would anyone in Trump's administration, if that's the line, why on earth would anyone in Trump's administration care?
And the U.S. faces a national security threat, as Phil does when he's called.
Then if, God forbid, we face a threat and we need Phil Mudd, we give him the security clearance again. What's the problem? Something tells me, though, we won't need any of these people.
When, for instance, there's a new threat to bringing bombs on airplanes, right? They call Phil in to say, how can we use your experience to prevent bombs from going on airplanes? As an American, would you feel safer if that counsel was not available to the president?
If that counsel was not available? You have problems if you're relying on former officials to give you counsel on like horrible national security issues. You have major problems in your government. There's no evidence that these people have ever prevented, or, I mean, we can go down the list from the Gulf of Tonkin to the Arab Spring, everything from 9/11 to, I mean, where have they been right? Where have they predicted anything?
In the United States.
WMD, hello.
What I would hope, Jim, is that there's a mechanism so that if called upon it, if needed, the individuals that served prior could come back and do it on a temporary basis.
That's exactly what this is. To be clear, because there's a misunderstanding. I don't know if you know, just for the sake of our viewers, to have a clearance doesn't mean that David Cohen can walk into the CIA any day and call up classified files. It means,
in some cases, it does.
Means that if he's called upon, he is already cleared to go.
So then you take the time to clear him.
On that building and view classified information. So the system you're talking about is exactly the system that's in place, which is exactly the system that the president here is removing by removing their security clearances. Does that change your view?
Well, Jim, let's be honest. He's not eliminating the entire system.
Well, he's doing it for a bunch of prominent people.
What he's doing is for those people who have.
That's ridiculous. The notion that it's just like, so then you can reverse it. If it's just like not having access, but only access when you're called upon, then why do you still need the security clearance active? It's stupid. It's just stupid.
Been overtly political, or for those people whom the president believes have done things that have been political as it relates to the Russia investigation. They didn't do a good job in that.
And also, one thing, I'm not 100% certain you can't just walk into the CIA. So you mean to tell me that Philip Mudd or James Clapper or John Brennan doesn't know anyone at the CIA? Are you kidding? Brennan knows everyone. He's hired, a good part of the CIA. He can't call up and say, "Hey, let me walk into the CIA building and then go ahead and." Amy Shaw, Colonel Jessup went off the reservation. Colonel Jessup. Yes. Mr. and Mrs. Shaw. Hello, everyone. Love you, Pen Pal Hal. Love you, chat. Love you, Super Chat. Love you, moderators. Awesome live stream as always. Thank you again. Eric H526, thank you so very much. This is hilarious. This is so hilarious.
Early on, or sitting here calling the president, saying he's committed treason, or calling him treasonous, by utilizing the intelligence branch that they have, saying that they're qualifying their position, calling the president treasonous because of the access that they have. The president is saying, you people, they're on this list, should not have that security clearance? Why do we think that these people are the only ones that can provide this intelligence? This is a large intelligence community out there.
These are the directors and deputy directors for the last 25 years.
Yeah, and they're politicizing. They're intel. First of all, it's not intelligence. Okay, that's the wrong word. It's information that people in power use to justify their actions, not intelligence. We didn't suddenly decide, oh, well, golly gee, you mean they had WMD? No. Bush and Cheney, it's already been written about and documented. They already had, Robert Kagan and Bill Kristol wrote, bombing Iraq isn't enough in 1998 when Bubba Bill was president. So, Ednabomb 31458. What if only Brennan can save the world? Then he can't because he doesn't have a security clearance? No, because they can give him the security clearance in a second, but Nancy Bennett, thank you. The whole thing there is Brennan would be the last person, of course, to save anything. Aside from, he can't even save his own behind, much less the world. Mr. Deplorable, pick up a six-pack of Sam Adams. Yes. Remove all dem clearances and let God sort them out. Exactly. Mess with the best. Get your security clearances pulled like the rest. Exactly. Exactly. Mr. Deplorable, thank you so very much. Thank you, Mr. Deplorable. This is unbelievable.
They're pretty well qualified. If you look at the last 25.
Well qualified. James Clapper lied under oath. Oh, I'd love this. Michael Hayden said that even Clinton's original sin was using a server outside the United States government. John Brennan lied under oath, spied on Obama's Senate. Sally Yates is part of the whole Spygate thing. Susan Rice on mass names. James Comey, we don't have to go into, fired. Andrew McCabe fired. Peter Strzok fired. Lisa Page, part of the text messages. Bruce Orr, that's a whole story that he's the intermediary of Spygate. So under review, oh my God, please, please, please. It's going to be, this live chat is going to be insane. The next major person that they go ahead and, get, oh my God. Oh my God. It is going to be insane.
And there's a lot more people that were just under them that are equally as qualified and that can provide that same level of intelligence.
Phil Mudd, I'm going to give you a quick final word.
May I say one more thing? Michael Flynn, the former director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, got on the campaign trail and asked that a political opponent be locked up. Would a third world dictatorship get done?
Sorry, Phil Mudd. A political opponent that was under criminal investigation had a server outside the United States government. You just folded, and we saw your hand. If you are a part of the intelligence community, she had top secret and special access program intelligence outside the United States government. Sorry, buddy. You just folded. We saw your hand. A political opponent is like Dukakis or Kerry, not Hillary Clinton, who cheated Bernie Sanders, paid for the Steele dossier, paid for the FISA warrant, all of these things. Child of Yah, we voted for change. This is what change feels like. Deal with him. Exactly. It is what change feels like. This is change. When you see people, when Robert Kagan and Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper and Debbie Wasserman Schultz hate the same person, I love that person. Child of Yah, exactly. Thank you. Ron, the Iowa girl, thank you so much. Don't pull Orr until he testifies. True. Very true. Very, very true. Great point. Excellent, excellent point. Excellent point. Let him testify, then pull it. Excellent point right there. Papa D, time to point out again that clearances alone is not enough. You must have need to know. We were sticklers for it. Had to be. Papa D, thank you. I just worry, though, like a guy like Brennan or Clapper who have so much pull. Thank you, Papa D. Suzanne Yoke. Bruce Orr gets eaten for lunch next week. It's his turn to answer questions. Whoop whoop. Yes, Suzanne Yoke. Yes. Sorry, buddy. So you're representing for Hillary Clinton. It's August 20th. She'll eventually get charged. And yeah, it's not like a tin pot dictator or whatever. She committed crimes. She deliberately transferred top secret intelligence outside the United States government. Her server was unencrypted. Even Michael Hayden said it was a threat to national security. And oh, by the way, Louis Gohmert stated that all her emails were hacked by a foreign entity, not Russia.
What a third world dictatorship does. If the
third world dictatorship, no, a third world dictatorship allows Hillary to go free because there was no intent found. Whereas Christian Saucier, a sailor, is ripped away from his wife and small child. Wingless angel, let's build a border wall, all empty, Sam Adams. Yes, that would be, I'm down with that. Wingless angel, thank you, as always. Sam Adams bottle. Sam Adams is great. And if liberals hate Sam Adams, I love it.
The litmus test is whether someone in intelligence gets involved in politics. Why did the president ask him to be national security advisor instead of suggesting that his security clearance be removed?
Because Obama had him as Defense Intelligence Agency chief. So, and it's not just the litmus test. Michael Flynn is an honorable man who was very poised, classy, intelligent. He didn't go off and say that Hillary was a traitor, even though there's evidence to say that, okay, well, the NSA couldn't even access Clinton's emails. To assume that she wasn't treasonous, that's a bit bizarre. Or that the possibility of her not committing treason, knowing that she's a liar and knowing that all she does is, everything she does for the Clinton Foundation. This guy is hilarious. So Michael Flynn did not politicize anything. He was part of the campaign because Obama thought highly enough of him to make him Defense Intelligence Agency head. So, I mean, Philip, there's no point there. There's 0 point there. Suzanne Yoke, Rhonda, Iowa girl. There's 0 point there. And Flynn got set up by Peter Strzok. So if that's your vantage point, if Philip Mudd's vantage point is that, oh, well, Hillary Clinton, you can't politicize that. She committed crimes. You definitely don't need somebody in the intelligence community beholden to Hillary Clinton. She's caused enough damage. You actually keep the country safer if you have people less beholden to Hillary Clinton. There's no country on the planet that would allow. There's no country. She had an unencrypted server for close to 5 months. She used an AT&T email account for the first 3 months, and then a Clinton email account. The NSA told her she couldn't use her BlackBerry. She still did. She had 22 top secret emails, special access program intelligence, thousands of retroactively classified emails, all on a server in her basement. And it was routinely hacked. And we already know that her deleted emails have to do with the Clinton Foundation. I wrote a book, but her top secret, 2 books on it, but her top secret emails, but her deleted emails. People are still going ahead and reading the book. And the book has been read by a whole bunch of people. Well, one former Trump advisor. So there you go.
I want to hear the answer to that.
Yeah, I just told you the answer, buddy. Michael Flynn was President Obama's Defense Intelligence Agency chief. Number 1. Number 2, he didn't say that Hillary committed treason. He didn't go ahead and tweet horrible things about her. He didn't go ahead and urge other people to betray her like Brennan did. He made a very clear statement that she deserved, based on laws, U.S. Code 793F. Mr. Mudd should go ahead and simply look up Espionage Act laws. You cannot transfer top secret and special access program intelligence from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs. So this is a guy who is like, oh, Mr. Security Clearance guy, I know so much. Well, there you go. Amy Shaw, those damn Russians got me. All this time I thought I couldn't stand Hillary. Amy Shaw, Mr. and Mrs. Shaw, thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very, very much. So let's just hear this again, because it's just the gift that keeps on giving.
You have a security clearance, especially high-level security clearances, your contracts and your consulting give pay you a lot more money because of the access that you have. I hope the president continues to do this, and I hope he adds Omarosa to the list, because if she has a clearance, she too, because of her actions, should have it revoked.
Well, I don't know if I'd put Omarosa in the same category.
I totally would. I totally would put Omarosa in the same category. You trying to say that there's a moderator trying to say that Omarosa knows less about national security? I would venture to say she probably knows just as much as all of these intelligence officials. Clapper, what does Clapper, and even Clapper or Brennan, what do they know about national security? They're like Centerville, Tennessee. Thank you, Centerville. Thank you. Thank you, Centerville. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Brennan and Clapper are like characters from Game of Thrones. These are not people that really care. The average, like the instructors at the range, the outdoor range that I go to, that I will go to this week with my new AR in outside LA are veterans. They know more about national security than any of these intelligence officials who were, oh my God, worried about their security clearances. So
75 people who signed those letters, but Phil Mudd, I imagine you wanted to react.
Profitable, Paris. When I am requested to sit on an advisory board, let me.
Did you sit? Was it a steel chair? Was it not nice for your tushy? What happened? You sat on an advisory board? So did Hillary Clinton's one of her donors. They actually put her on a nuclear advisory board.
Let me ask you one question. How much do you think I'm paid to do that at the request of the U.S. government? Give me one answer, and you got 10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds, buddy. I'd be like, well, I'm going to take 13 seconds. And it's completely irrelevant. But hold on. President Trump won't roll out revoking Robert Mueller's security clearance. Claims he could run Russia probe. That's the the New York Daily News. President Trump wouldn't rule out revoking special counsel Robert Mueller's security clearance on Monday and claimed he could run the Russia investigation if he so pleased, pretty much, invoking possibilities that national security experts say would take the country into uncharted territory. Oh my God, uncharted territory. No. Kind of like using a Steele dossier.
How much? I'll ask you a question. How much are you paid for your
Answer the question.
contracting gig for being a?
I have no contracts with the U.S. government that pay money.
I'm not talking.
Zero.
And this is the thing.
When
I'm not talking
I've
about
asked to offer advice to the U.S. government,
Phil, let's be honest.
Zero.
Phil, let's be
That's
honest.
it.
I'm not talking about your role with the federal government. I'm talking
Oh,
about
who
the
are you
contracting
talking about?
gigs that you
Talking
get
about
from being
General
a
Hayden?
consultant and a contract.
Ah.
The consulting firms that they form and that you all get is because you get more money with having a consultant.
You got to see this guy. He's like, this guy's hilarious. This guy's hilarious. He's like, Hayden? Michael Hayden was like, the original sin was that she used a server. Yeah, gee, you think? What a brainiac. Wow, you're so smart. OMG, you're so smart.
Before having the security clearance.
That is
Acts like that doesn't happen.
I have
That's
zero
true.
consulting relationship with the U.S.
Just because you can't make any money, buddy, doesn't mean other people don't. Who cares what you? He's like, I'm on food stamps. I've been homeless. It's like, okay, like that's okay. And I still have my clearance, buddy. It's like, okay, well, what does that even mean? I have credit card debt. You have no idea. It's like, fine. Yeah, you're not proving anything. You're not proving anything. I'm in debt. I have nothing to my name and I need my security clearance. That's not Trump. That would make Trump happier. He's like, Trump doesn't care. What do you want? Like,
government, zero.
I'm not talking, Phil, that's a good talking point. I'm not talking about relationship with the government. I'm talking about in the private sector. When you have a security
I
clearance
have
and you
zero
keep it,
relationships with the private sector that involve my security clearance. Zero. I get $0.
that's because the private sector doesn't want your expertise, I guess, and the government doesn't. So why do you need the clearance? A security clearance should not be given to anyone outside the United States government. If they are in need, and then the moderator is, well, you know that they can't just walk in. Brennan can walk in. And now he can walk in. He's like, I can't get 30% off beef bourguignon on Fridays. Thanks a lot, Trumpy. It's okay. I'll use my friend's security clearance. Here, swipe this card.
From consulting companies that deal with the U.S. government. Are we clear?
well, I will be clear in saying that everybody in Washington, D.C. knows if you don't want to be honest about it, that's on you. But if you have a security clearance and you keep it, you get more money to have it.
We're done. We're done? You're not the producer. You're in another city, buddy. We're done? What does this even mean?
Get out.
Get out?
Phil,
It's not your show, so I'm staying right here. Don't be so defensive about
Get
this.
out.
Don't be so.
Exact. Denard Paris is amazing. He's like, this is not your show. I'm staying right here. Could you imagine? And this is like the type of thing where if the roles were reversed, the like social justice war identity politics people would like be like, you know, their brains would like implode. Where's the talk about the white man, you know, going ahead and speaking in such a manner, such a disrespectful manner? Get out. Christ, like Hillary threw a Bible. Yeah. Get out. We're done. Get out. Who is this guy? Hilarious. Please, please, President Trump, if there's anybody who watches this channel from the administration, please, please get this guy. Do what you say you're going to do, because he actually asked on Twitter. Just watched former intelligence official Philip Mudd become totally unglued and weird. And weird while debating wonderful Paris Denard over Brennan's security clearance. Denard destroyed him, but Mudd is in no mental condition to have a clearance. Should be revoked? Question mark. Asked Sean Hannity. That is so funny. That is so funny. I'm hearing so many great things about Republican Party. This is just now about Republican candidate, gubernatorial candidate John Cox. He's a very successful businessman who is tired of high taxes and crime. He will make California great again and make you proud of your state, great state again. Total endorsement. Well, Moonbeam Jerry Brown isn't doing that great. We'll be going. We'll be going back to the great state of West Virginia on Tuesday night to campaign and do a rally speech for hardworking and spectacular person H.E. Patrick Morrissey, who is running for U.S. Senate. Patrick has great energy and stamina. I need his vote to make America great again. Total endorsement. Nancy Bennett, get out, really, exactly. Who speaks like that? Especially if you're on the air, like you're about to be pretty stupid to realize, like, get out.
Defensive about this. Your voice is still here. You can still do whatever you want. But the politicalization of the intelligence community under this administration, with the people coming on here every day, tweeting and talking about this administration, you all have made it about politics, not the president.
Let's take a beat here for a second. And Phil, I appreciate your patience because I know it's getting personal here. Chris, I do a point of fact here, and Phil makes a point, which is a point of fact. When a Phil Mudd who served.
Okay. These people think way too highly of themselves. Again, they're paper pushers, they're analysts, and that's all they are. They're glorified. This is what they are. They're glorified Dungeons and Dragons players. Okay, you ever played Dungeons and Dragons when you were a kid? They're glorified D&D players. That's it. So glad you enjoy what you're doing. I'm from Cut Canada. You rock. Liz Jean Williams, thank you so very, very much. Thank you. Thank you, Liza Jean Williams. Thank you. Lawrence F. Off topic. Go to JP Rifles. I'm a long distance precision shooter. Let me go ahead. Nice. Let me go real quick, and then we'll go do the real quick. Hold on. Oh, cool. Hold on. Where are you? 1,425 yards. Is that you? Is that you, Lawrence? Wow. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I'll get back to that. Wowzers. Wow, very cool. So, all right, so let's go ahead.
There's an advisory board for counterterror threats, goes and participates in conversations at the agency about those threats. He's not getting paid for that.
Oh my God, he's not getting paid. Never before since Mother Teresa have we met somebody with such impeccable, he deserves a sainthood. Mother Teresa, you know, Joan of Arc, Phil Mudd. He's not getting paid. You mean he's doing this for the country without payment? Unbelievable. He's not getting paid. And he does this for us? He sacrificed for us on that advisory board. So did the Chicago commodities trader that was put on a nuclear advisory board. You know what advisory boards are? They're pretty much meaningless. They're pretty much meaningless.
And that's not
When
what I'm talking
Bill
about.
McRaven is consulted on counterterror operations because he led dozens
OMG, is he consulted?
of missions, deadly missions. Absolutely. We're soldiers risk their lives. He's not paid for that.
Well, okay, so McRaven, I don't know. I have no discussion. I thought it was Phil Mudd that he was talking about. So if you led missions, fine, that's great. But if you're not, then obviously you're a lot more qualified than analysts who are just sit behind a desk. But the point, though, is if you're not in the United States government, you don't need a security clearance. That's it. Case closed. End of story. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. It's a stupid thing. Who, like, these people are, they're like, in this, they have such a sense of entitlement. Let's pay him what we pay our president, Lawrence F. $1. Exactly. Lawrence F. Thank you.
And we
What you seem to be doing here
no.
is saying that because people have jobs outside of government, after
I see what you're doing here. No, no one's doing anything. You're pretty much doing, you know, you're not doing anything.
they leave government, that therefore you're saying that is justification to take away their clearances? What?
No, it's a simple point. You can't go ahead and call the president treasonous and still expect to keep your security clearance because you're utilizing that prestige against the president. You're utilizing that prestige or, you know, that added allure that you know something other people don't know.
When government and agencies rely on them for their counsel, is that?
They don't rely on these people for their counsel. Why even have these agencies? They have a $35 billion budget, the NSA, the CIA, and FBI. I think they could do without Philip Mudd and everybody else.
Well, sure.
No, what I'm arguing, Jim.
And also, you would have to, where's the evidence that these people have ever. Where's the evidence that people should be crying in the CIA because they can't speak to John Brennan anymore? And where's the evidence that any of these intelligence agencies protected us from anything? I would have been like, give me an example of the intelligence agency protecting us.
That, and I appreciate every one of those persons' service, and I know how important everyone in the intelligence community, serving currently and in the past, are in the role that they play for this country. But what I'm talking about is the private sector. Let's not act like all these men and women sit at home all day and just consult with the federal government and don't earn a living. Everybody knows, Jim, that a part of keeping your clearance means you get more money for having the clearance. When you consult and when you have contracts with other companies and when you set up your own firms, this is what happens.
Phil, he's
Freedom 132200910. Stop mocking the poor man. He's a national hero. In fact, I'm going to start a petition for him to get the Medal of Honor. Thank you, Freedom. Freedom 132200910. Exactly. It's like Purple Heart Strzok, that crazy Democratic representative who said that.
making an argument there, and you've made your point on what you do for government.
You don't do that much for government on an advisory board. Big deal.
What's your response to Parrish's argument here?
Well, we got 24 hours. I got a simple suggestion. Go to the original 15 signatories of the letter yesterday and ask how much income by a percentage they make. How much income by percentage?
I have a simple suggestion. Well, no, it's stupid. We're not going to take you up on your dumb suggestion. And how much income by percentage? So I love how he adds by percentage. He got denarded. Exactly. Mr. Deplorable. He got Gomered, but even better, he got denarded.
From their security clearances. Mine, 0. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
I want to put to you, Parrish, because it gets to the larger issue here. This is a question of national security.
No, it's not. Where's the evidence that anybody outside government helped with national security, other than pretending that Hillary was a better choice than Trump, which is not national security, which is a joke?
Is it not? You keep security clearances when you leave the profession because you may be called on to give advice based on your experience when the U.S. faces a national security threat, as Phil does when he's called in when, for instance, there's a new threat to bringing bombs on air.
So,
going in for a bunch of
the access that they have, the president is saying, you people that on this list should not have that security clearance. Why do we think that these people are the only ones that can provide this intelligence? This is a large intelligence community out there.
These are the directors and deputy directors for the last 25 years.
These are the directors and deputy directors. Oh my God. Really? They're the directors and deputy directors? You mean they were also fired? I love that the moderator is hilarious. These are the directors and deputy directors. It's like Strzok. He's like, I can assure you, and when I fall, people catch me, and they go ahead. No, who cares? Exactly. They served at the favor of they were yes men and yes people. When was the last time you saw a CIA chief resign? How about never? They don't resign. They go ahead and they kiss the behinds of people in power.
They're pretty well qualified.
Oh, yeah, they're so qualified. Oh, my goodness. Susan Rice, Unmasking Names. James Comey fired. Andrew McCabe fired. Peter Strzok fired. Andrew McCabe lied twice under oath, 4 times total. Criminal referrals for Andrew McCabe by the IG, who did everything possible not to refer charges, but he picked Andrew McCabe. Bruce Orr, wife is suddenly a ham radio operator. Intermediary between Fusion GPS and the United States government after Fusion was money. Clinton purchased the Steele dossier. Give me a break. Sally Yates, who was top Obama official, part of Spygate, everything. Michael Hayden, who's hilarious. James Clapper, Brennan, who both lied under oath. They're not even intelligent. They're just eggheads who do everything possible to help those who hired them. They have nothing to do with national security. They shouldn't be respected or revered. They're just regular partisan people. And I don't care if they worked for Bush or whatever. Trump is not a Republican. He's not a Democrat. He's his own thing. Michael Hayden's hilarious. He was like, yeah, you know, she should never have done it. And then he was like, but I still like her better than Trump.
25.
And there's a lot more people that were just under them that are equally as qualified and that can provide that same level of intelligence.
Phil Mudd, I'm going to give you a quick final word.
May I say one more thing? Michael Flynn, the former director.
I love how he goes after Michael Flynn, who is an honorable man, who had the guts and the courage to call out Hillary. Rhonda, Iowa girl, the ones who us the last 25 years. Bye, Felicia. Yes, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Yes, WMD, Arab Spring, 9/11, Gulf of Tonkin. What else? These people are wrong. I mean, everything. They're either always wrong or they're just like, I mean, it's like unbelievable. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very, very much as always. Thank you. This has been a really awesome. Today was like so flat and I can't. This Mud guy got denarded.
Director of the Defense Intelligence Agency got on the campaign trail and asked that a political opponent be locked up with a.
His political opponent deserved to be locked up because she used an unencrypted server outside the United States government that eventually had top secret and special access program intelligence. Perhaps Mr. Mudd doesn't know what that means. This guy is like, I am so smart. Well, then aren't you smart enough to realize that Hillary Clinton broke U.S. Code 793F, even if she was too stupid to indict? She should never have had thousands of classified emails outside of the United States government. When you abide by YouTube policies, you just go ahead and you just always go ahead and use links and guidelines. There are links here. NBC News, special access program intelligence. Hillary Clinton held info beyond top secret. IG, NBC News. Why is this difficult for Mr. Mudd to understand? Very simple to understand. Very simple. Right there. Right there. Not that difficult to get. Beyond top secret in her basement. So, beyond top secret in her basement. Emails from Hillary Clinton's home server contain information classified at levels higher than previously known, including a level meant to protect some of the most sensitive U.S. intelligence. Oh, by the way, she had the names of CIA agents, too. That's also documented. So there you go. I mean, these people are always, they're just always off. They're always wrong. When I was an intern at the State Department, I saw these people. They're nice people, whatever. They just work in offices. No big deal. It's okay. It's not like, you know, they're not talking about like Smedley Butler or, you know, like, you know, just some kind of war hero. Like, they're just normal people, whatever. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I actually have a lot more respect for the post office. They have to go, you know, whatever. Let's go ahead.
A third world dictatorship does. If the litmus test is whether someone in intelligence gets involved in politics, why did the president ask him to be national security advisor instead of suggesting that his security clearance be removed? I want to hear the answer to that.
That's not the litmus test, first of all. And he never said she was treasonous, which she could very well have been. She had a server in her basement outside of the United States government that allegedly the NSA couldn't even access, that President Obama didn't even know. The litmus test is when you completely politicize your security clearance. That's the difference between having an opinion and completely politicizing your security clearance.
And on that point, we researched this today, and CNN reported earlier today, Michael Flynn's security clearance has been suspended, but not revoked. It remains suspended since he pleaded guilty to lying to federal investigators.
And he didn't.
Phil Mudd, Paris Bernard, thanks very much for the conversation. It's a difficult.
He got totally denarded. Suzanne Yoke, everyone, thank you so very much. This has been an absolutely wonderful, wonderful live stream. Thank you, everyone. I think we're going to call it an evening, but it's been absolutely fantastic. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you can't get away with, she got away with so many crimes, and then she was too stupid to indict. And now Trump's like, you know what? Maybe I'll revoke Mueller's security clearance. There you go. And every single time Democrats focus on this, they spend energy when they could be focusing on policies and actually winning, trying to win an election, but they're going to lose. So. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to my super chat. Thank you so very, very, very much. This has been absolutely a wonderful, wonderful live stream. Thank you. I wasn't even in that great of a mood before I started, but now I'm like super hyped up and happy. And thank you so very much, everyone. Have a great, great evening. Hit subscribe to all 700 people on the channel. Hit subscribe. Let everybody know. Let everyone know. You have 10 seconds to get out. Exactly. Let everyone know about this channel. Hit subscribe. Let everybody know about these live streams. They're just awesome. And sometimes the people don't get notifications. So, you know, try to check the channel if you can. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.